What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, once again, I'm back with these spicy hot takes when it comes to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I know I'm on a hot streak right now. I know tons of people are getting pissed off as well with the channel, but it is what it is. I'm always going to be real with you guys. I'm going to tell you my truthful opinion. As long as I enjoy this game, I'm going to, have some positive things to say about it. If it pisses me off, I'll change my opinion. I'll be open with you guys. I always am. I've changed opinions multiple times in the past for multiple games. I always told you guys when I change my opinion, I'm really open. So if it happens, it happens. But right now, I enjoyed the overall experience. Now, there is a fair share of criticism I have for this game. Very annoying things, I will say. It's very tedious. If you tune into my live streams, which I have been live streaming every single day on Modern Warfare 2, if you guys want to check that out, the link to my Twitch channel is down in the description of this video. But while I'm going ahead and streaming, I'm really trying to shake the honeymoon phase out of me. I'm trying to beat it out of me by putting insane hours into this game. I want to get angry. I actually do want to get pissed off with this game because then, I feel like my true emotions will truly show. I'll be able to really tell if I like the game or if I hate the game. Now, I'll be real. The more I play the game, the more I'm slowly enjoying it. Let me tell you guys, the variety in this game is really good. You have to branch out from the M4 meta. The AUG, ridiculous. 74U, absolutely out of this world. The AK base versions, stupid. The P90, MP7 decked out. It's almost like the classic MP7. It's insane. All the guns are insane. You just have to step out of your boundaries and give them a shot. They're a little annoying with the base version, but once you get the attachments and build it up, they become something really good. But, I'm still enjoying the experience, but there's things out there that really get under my skin. Really tedious, annoying things that really piss me off. Like I said, if you watch my streams, and you hear me talking about it 24/7. I'm probably going to go ahead and bring more criticism videos throughout this week because I feel like the developers will be back in the studio. There'll be more people who are possibly watching. I don't know if any developers watch my videos, but if they do, that'll probably be the best time to actually get my criticism out about this game because there are some extremely game-breaking things that are just littered throughout this game. And when I tell you this game has all the potential in the world to become a top-tier contender of a Call of Duty game, it really does. But man, oh man, there's a lot of stuff weighing it back that can be done. We can fight our way through the weeds, but the developers have to be willing to do so. But for the time being, like I said, I want to give you guys some more spicy hot takes because I think they're pretty funny. I enjoy seeing some people get riled up, I'm not going to lie. And also, like I said, I'm having a good time right now. I rant quite a bit, so it feels pretty nice to be able to enjoy something for once. And I have to be honest with you guys. Once again, I know across the board, I see everybody hating the map designs. And I can understand that, I'm not going to hate you for it at all. I can understand where you come from if you don't like certain maps and stuff like that. But across the board, I like the variety that we have here. And depending on how much content we get with Season 1, I don't even mind if it's 2, 3 maps. I'm happy with the base versions of the maps that we have within this game across the board. All 10, I think it's 10, I believe, but they took out Museum, which I'm really disappointed about because I enjoyed that map as well. But pretty much all the maps in this game are fun to me, and the worst of the worst are bearable. It's nothing like, Piccadilly. For me personally, again, I know a lot of people are real, like this border map that you see right here. People despise this map. Again, I get where you're coming from. Personally, God, I know I'm going to get so much hate. It's absurd. I'm ready for it in the comment section. I don't even want to say it. I like this map. I actually really enjoy this map. I'm able to run and gun. I'm able to be aggressive. I'm able to flank pretty much every playstyle that I enjoy in a Call of Duty game. This map allows me to do so. I could probably even pop out a shotgun and, hug tight corners and, get really up close and personal in this map and still be able to be successful. I enjoy it. I even like it more than the COD 4 Wetworks, It gives me the same vibes, and a lot of people liked Wetworks, so I'm kind of surprised, I don't really enjoy this map, but I feel like I can move more in this map compared to Wetworks. Wetworks, the lanes were so locked in, and even if you tried to navigate the lanes, you got plopped from anywhere, from the other side of the lane, the opposite lane, you get plopped from a back of the map, on a massive, skyscraper head glitch. It's just insane. But in this map, I can, duck on the outskirts of the map, dip and weave throughout the cars. I can dip into the actual alleyway whenever I want and, go in and out of the alleyway to the outskirts, back to the cars, into the alley, It's so many ways to play it. It's insane. And along with actually fighting throughout the cars, low-key, I kind of enjoy that. But across the board, again, like I said, super hot takes. I like the map variety that we have here. Now, I do got to be real. There are a couple of maps that do stand out in a negative way for me personally in this game. The Fortress map, I don't really care for it too much. I got to be real with you guys. I like when I can pretty much do or play however I would like in a map. whether I want to stick to the outskirts and try to navigate and go for flanks, or do I want to just, power through the middle and try to navigate. But the fortress map feels like, well, exactly the name. Two different fortresses. You have a fortress on one side and a fortress on the other side. And it turns into basically a defense battle, almost like Nuketown. Nuketown has the same vibe where you can try to sneak and weave, but Nuketown, it's easier to sneak and weave between each fortress. In this map, there's a little too many angles. Now, when you can, get into the enemy's fortress, you just go to town. If you have a shotgun or a SMG, you'll just tear absolutely everything up. But trying to navigate the outskirts becomes a bit tedious. It's really obnoxious, and it's a lot more campy. And then Asilo, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's all right. That one is a map that's mediocre to me. I can play it, I can enjoy it, but it's much better if you like to sit in the back of the map with a sniper rifle or something of that sort, or you like marksman rifles, because if you verse a team of players who are like that, it's going to become an absolute nightmare. Because even if you want to run an SMG and stay in the middle of the building, they're not going to come in, So if you want action, which I am always trying to chase action, that's what I like out of Call of Duty, you're eventually going to weasel your way out of the middle and go and try to find them, which they're just going to completely dominate you. So that map is a little rough as well, but I guess the snipers need a little something, a little love, because the rest of the maps in this game, in my personal opinion, have such great flow. I navigate them perfectly. I can flank. I can, get new routes. I can cut through the middle when I want to and just slap a couple of people in the back and keep going about my business. It's actually a really good flow. And in my opinion, Infinity Ward, when they said that they really wanted to focus on map designs, I can truly see it. Now, again, there are a few things with the base game mechanics that need to be worked upon, which I'll talk about in other videos. But the map designs, I think they personally nailed. Hotel, again, it's not my favorite, but I can navigate it. Both sides of the map, the right side and the left side, have tons of cover that you can actually use, so you can push up and move upon your opponents. You can still have a central part of the map where snipers, or LMG players, or even ARs who want to play a long role can still, navigate and be able to engage. It's enough for everybody. Same thing with Crown Raceway. Absolutely love this map, to be completely honest with you guys. I have a little bit of a Treyarch vibe out of this one, to be real. Once again, tons of cover, both the left and right side of the map. You can navigate them very nicely. The whole middle is just, it just looks fantastic. And once again, you can play with an AR role, or you can even be an SMG, shotgun, try to flank, navigate around. Very easy in my personal opinion. Then Embassy, I see a lot of hate for this map. Again, I enjoy this. I think it's a little hated because, once again, people are trying to stick to the outskirts, which I've been doing a lot lately on that map, because sometimes I just try to ego stuff instead of just accepting it, and I want to make the outskirts work for me. And it's a pain in the butt, because if someone's sitting inside the embassy, they're just going to plop you out of the window. There is slight cover here and there, but the majority of it's open. And I think that's where a lot of the negative criticism comes in for this map, because once I switched my role and I pulled out an SMG, like I said, shotgun, or even, pulling out an assault rifle that's decked out for close range, engagements, it turned into a whole different story. The map was just, once again, fast-paced, action-packed. I know, there's still doors and stuff like that, but the majority of them are just kicked open. The majority of your fights are going to be in hallways or in the actual rooms themselves, or if you're going to be using a piece of cover. Typical Call of Duty stuff. I think, honestly, solid map. Same thing with Farm 18. We all know this map from the beta, perfectly done for pretty much any person who wants to run up close and personal. Shotguns, SMGs, ARs, snipers, you might have a little bit of trouble. Same thing with LMGs, but, any of those fast-paced roles, the whole map is for you. The outskirts, you can navigate throughout the whole outskirts, through the buildings, through the garages, through the labs, or you can even go into the middle of the shoot house and just absolutely dominate in there. Mercado, Las Almas, I believe. I don't really like the ground war version of that map, but the 6v6 version, once again, in the beta, tons of fun. Tarak, this is... Once again, hot take, baby. We're here for some spicy hot takes, right? Tarak, I know tons of people hate this one. This is the desert map with all the broken down buildings. I like this. Again, I like to play an AR role, so the outskirts are pretty solid on this map. You can run and gun around there, and it's a lot of easy engagements, especially with the snipers, because the snipers are usually in the buildings trying to look for crossfire. If you just go around the outskirts, literally nobody even bothers with you. It's extremely easy. And even if you do want to run an SMG, I have tons of moments where I just, go up into the middle of the map. Tons of broken down buildings. You can navigate through there. It's not too complex. I mean, you might get plucked off by some shotguns. It might be a little annoying here and there. But as long as you play the role correctly that you are using the weapon of, I don't think it's that bad. And the Hydro map, I don't even want to try to pronounce this and make myself look dumb. I really do enjoy this map. I think this does a fantastic job at, showing off the water features. I actually do have tons of footage of this map, which I am going to be showcasing later on within the week. But, like I said, I think people just need to get used to them first. It's typical COD, you have to understand the maps before you can actually start pub stomping, you know? And if you don't put in the hours to play the game, which a lot of people don't have the hours, it's hard to judge the game unless you understand the map knowledge, you know? And when I say understand, you have to understand. It's not just understanding, you know, oh, it's 3 lanes, you know? It's none of that nonsense. I'm talking about, you know, the spots in the map. It's always been about that. Every single Call of Duty game, the most crucial thing that you could possibly know besides having, you know, your aim and stuff like that is map knowledge. If you don't have the map knowledge, you're not going to have a fun time in the game. And the Hydro map, there's tons of map knowledge. I mean, there's a complete underground portion of the map. I mean, I'm pretty positive more than half the people who play this map don't even know that. The whole underground of the map can take you out to anywhere on the map. If you want to just run and gun and just torture people, you can stay underwater and swim around throughout the whole outskirts of the map, or even swim around to central positions and just pop up, cut a couple people up, go back down, switch around, go up another spot, cut a couple people up, do the same thing. You hit the ultimate flanks in this map, but nobody understands you can go underwater and even do that. And even above the ground, I think it's, you know, once again, pretty decent. It's a little bit more confusing, but you can pretty much climb on every surface. All the rocks you can climb on the outskirts of. So if you want to get a good angle, AR players are going to really enjoy this experience. Overall, I liked what I played. I think the main thing that turns people away from these maps is, to be honest, the skill-based matchmaking. The people that you're playing against can truly dictate how your experience will be in any type of game. This has been going on since the beginning of time. I mean, if I think back to even Modern Warfare 2, you know, a match on Favela or a match on Afghan, you know, depending on the players that I'm actually versing will, you know, dictate if I'm going to have a good experience or not. You know, I might get a noob tuber who's just going to sit there in the back of his spawn in Afghan and noob tube across the map all game long and try to piss me off. You know, I might get in Favela and one guy would just want to sit in the main middle building with a spaz shotgun and he's just going to lure everybody around him and be toxic with that. You know, there's always toxicity within Call of Duty. There's always campers in Call of Duty. There's always different playstyles in Call of Duty. And skill-based matchmaking plays a massive role in that. Back then, it was more toned down and you were allowed to have more of a casual experience, making the maps a lot more enjoyable. Nowadays, everything is competition. And like I said, I'm saving this for another video because it's a very important topic that we do have to talk about at a certain point. But overall, I'm not trying to turn this negative. I think the maps are truly enjoyable. And when you do get the right players to actually go up against, you know, it can be some fun competition or it could be some great casual, you know, goofy fun all across the board. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like button. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, that's do so at Twitter and Discord, both link down in the description. And also want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch. Link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you all next one. Peace out.